Roll4Crit.com presents How to Play Uncharted Board Game in 5 minutes or less or more. Uncharted Board Game is a board game based on Uncharted video game. You can tell it's not a video game, however, because it is called Uncharted Board Game, designed by Hayato Kisaragi and published by Bandai. In Uncharted, your goal is to gain the most victory points or be the sole survivor as your friends perish around you, just like the video game. Each player will choose a character with optional special abilities, then receive a hand of 3 action cards and a starting set of 4 basic action cards out on the field in front of them. You'll also have a collection of search markers. On the board next to the main draw decks, there will be a set of 6 face-up adventure cards. Adventure cards come in 2 flavors, treasure and enemy. We'll get into specifics shortly. There are 4 different colors of action cards with a variety of effects that will determine what you can do on your turn. During your turn, you'll have the chance to take 2 actions, no more, no less. You can repeat the same action twice if desired. The most common action you'll use is to activate one of your played cards. Rotate the card to indicate that it's been used, then do whatever the text says on the card. For example, this card lets you draw a card from the main deck to your hand. This card, with its compass icon, allows you to take a search action. This is where your search tokens come in. Going back to the adventure cards on the board, you'll see these treasure cards. You can use one search action to place 1 token on any one of these cards. As soon as the number of tokens on the card equals the number printed in the top left, the card is resolved. These tokens can come from any number of different players or all belonging to the same player. Whoever had the most tokens in that spot receives the printed victory points reward. If there is a tie, tied players receive the same number of points. Treasures also have a special effect. Unlike points, everyone with a token on the card gets to utilize that effect. Sometimes they occur when the card gets scored, sometimes they are constant effects that take place until the card disappears. As soon as that happens, it gets replaced with a new card from the top of the adventure deck and players get their tokens back. The other major component of the game is attacking. You'll want to attack enemies, naturally. For this, you'll use your red weapon cards. Each weapon has a number value. You must have enough combined points across your weapon cards to meet the number of health printed on the enemy card. You cannot attack for less than complete damage. During this phase, you can discard red cards from your hands to add 1 attack point to your side per card. If you kill an enemy, gain its victory points and draw a card from the special action deck, which are usually much stronger than normal cards. As with treasures, the enemy gets replaced with something from the adventure deck. If you want to play a new card from your hand out onto the field, you need to discard a number of cards from your hand equal to the number in the top left. You're restricted in that you can only have 3 of each colored card in front of you at any given time. If you want to play a 4th, you'll need to replace an old one. You can also discard a single card from your hand as an action to use its special color ability. Blue lets you recover 2 health, yellow lets you place a search marker, and green gives you 2 extra actions. Finally, if you're done using actions, searching, playing, or attacking, you can pass, which means you're done taking actions for the rest of the round. If you are not the first player to pass, you get a choice. You can either draw a card or place a search token somewhere on the field for free. If you're the last player to pass, you don't get this benefit, but you do become first player in the next round. After all players have passed, if there are any enemies on the field, they attack. Each enemy attacks all players for the amount of health indicated as their attack stat. If players still have cards they didn't use during the round, they can rest them. Each card rested in this way blocks 1 point of incoming damage from an attack, so you won't always want to use all of your cards every round. It's just like taking cover behind a wall or a pillar. You'll feel right at home. If a player's life total ever reaches 0, their character is dead and they're eliminated from the game, no matter how many points they had. Game over. In between rounds, you get to stand all of your resting cards, so they're fresh and ready to go for next time. Play continues until either only 1 player is left alive or until the end of the round during which the adventure deck runs out of cards. Then the player with the most victory points wins. In conclusion, draw, play, search, attack, defend, chart. That's Uncharted Board Game in a nutshell. Did you get all that?